be honest, I'm just shattered. I've been just exhausted. Yeah, been in a very emotional week. This week has been. So I'm now, yeah. Make sure this is actually working. I really hope it is, because I can't be arsed with constantly restarting and all that shit. Are we on? Yeah, we're on. Okay, nice. Okay, so as the title of this stream suggests, I am done as a university student. I have one more assignment that is due next Friday, which is to be done from home, and that is me done. I'm done with the course. I completed my final performance as a student and my first performance in a professional theatre company on Thursday. It was the most beautiful night of my life. Yeah, I was sobbing by the end of it. So I'm probably not going to talk about it much, because I still feel really emotional thinking about it, to be honest. So I'm probably just going to just not really think about it much. I haven't really processed it. Probably won't finish processing it until the final assignment is done. I'm going to probably submit it early next week, so it's done. I have got plans, to be fair, late next week. So, you know, it's the end of an era. It is the end of an era. So, you know. Also, thankfully, I've got some really cool things happening. Obviously, Lego Batman is coming out. I cannot wait for that.
I'm so tired.
That's going to be such a good game. The more I see of it, the more I want to play it. And the bad thing is, and I say it's a bad thing, it's not, but it is bad for me. The more I see it, the more I want to buy Lego Batman sets, and I'm like, I shouldn't be doing that because they are, yeah, they're expensive. And also I have no room for them. It's like, Arkham Asylum is one of those sets I really wanted, not only because of the fact it's the first DC modular, but the fact, you know, it's like rebuilding the Batman collection that I used to have. I say used to have, probably still do. It's just all boxed up, and it's been like 7-8 years now. So I don't think those sets would be in the best condition. I think the minifigs would probably be all like battered and old, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of them broke. They have been in there for a long, like I say broke as in like not ones you just refit, like rebuild, but like the actual hinges and stuff on like the arms and the torsos and the hips in particular. The hips are like, you know, they are delicate little things. Oh, that's gone. The hips are like proper delicate little things. So I'm worried they'll be gone. I really want my New 52 Bat family back, because I had the New 52 Bat family in Lego form back when Lego Batman 3 was coming out, and just before then as well. I had the complete Bat family in my New 52 attires. Batman, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, even Red Hood. It was such a cool collection to have, but those minifigs are probably all long in storage now, so you know, sadly I probably don't have them anymore. But yeah, I'll compensate with the new Lego Batman game. That game was awesome. But yeah, we're done. So if anyone does want to ask me any questions, please nothing political. I don't want to start a riot. But yeah, questions about games or uni or life, I don't really care. Obviously if there's anything too personal, then I can't answer it. But yeah, it's been such a wild ride as a uni student, and it's over. I'm sounding very nonchalant about it. I've cried about it several times because, you know, my life, I gave 4 years of my life to this degree. Well, 3 years in a 1 year interval, but you know, it was something that I put so much love and thought into. So the fact it's now done is like, damn, I don't really know what to do with myself. I mean, I do. Oh god, this thing's in here. Oh wait. Can I pull this thing? There you go. There you go. Yeah, just all those years and all those shows and the productions and the workshops and everything, you know, I did there with the people I did it with. Obviously, some people I am still in contact with, others I hope to never see again. But well, I haven't seen again really.
You're all set. And I hope the worst is over now.
The people from this year have been the best, but others can go fuck themselves. But yeah, it's been amazing. It has been amazing. I'm gonna try and stop talking about it for now, just because I really do feel like the emotional side of things needs to be processed a bit more before I start really talking about it. So I think I'm just gonna. Oh, one thing I am gonna yap on about is the Punisher presentation, because that came out on Wednesday. I watched that after opening night, because our opening night was on Wednesday. But yeah, the Punisher. I am going to talk spoilers, so I do just want to get that out there. There's two things with the Punisher presentation, and obviously if you haven't seen the presentation, don't watch this. But yeah, spoilers in 3, 2, 1. I just want to talk about the dog scene, because I genuinely, if I ever, I will watch this presentation again, but I will not be watching that scene again. I don't care if people think I'm weak for that or I'm soft. I do not like seeing animals get hurt. I'm fine with simulated violence, but depictions of animal cruelty, I do not like it. I think I think it's because of it kind of stems back to the fact that as humans we can defend ourselves most of the time. But animals, they can't. Not really, especially a tiny dog like that. I hated that scene. Like, I do not want to watch it again. Yeah, I did not like that. That felt way too much. It felt unnecessary as well. Like, why couldn't they have just beaten the guy up or something, or just like mugged him or something? I understand they wanted shock factor, but I just don't like seeing animals get hurt. But yeah. The only other nitpick I have with the Punisher, I'm starting off with the negative first, because to be honest, there aren't really many negatives. But the only other one is I wish we had more time in the Punisher suit, because obviously we had the little montage of Frank taking down the Ganucci family, which is a nice callback to his first appearance, to be fair, because obviously he took down the Ganucci family way back when. But like, we meet Marganucci and we see Frank taking down the rest of them. And obviously the final scene where he's in the new Punisher suit with the new logo, and he takes out the piece of shit that killed the dog. I wish we just got a bit more time. I wish the big fight, the major fight scene was in the Punisher suit, not just a hoodie that was over a scar. But all in all, the action was incredible. The acting and the performances were incredible. The cinematography, I don't really mind that one like VFX shot that people were complaining about. I don't really mind it. It's just one scene. It was lovely. I think John Bernthal really, really loves this character, and you can see that. I mean, he didn't agree to come back to Born Again until they got their crap together and sorted out the script. It was such a remarkable performance from John Bernthal, and I love the fact that there was such an emphasis on his grief and his trauma, because what makes the Punisher, feel like a real character. That people out there who have served that are not supported afterwards, and they go through even more hardship. And for Frank's case, his whole family was killed, so it's absolutely brutal. And I really think that everyone on board really honed in. And I thought it was nice that we got Karen Page back and obviously Curtis as well. It was nice seeing them back. I honestly thought, I didn't expect to see Karen Page, because obviously Born Again Season 2 was happening before. In some ways, it does kind of feel like a 9th episode to Daredevil Born Again Season 2, kind of. Obviously, we don't see Matt Murdock at all. We don't see any references to the ABTF. We see an absolutely, distraught Little Sicily, which was absolutely brutal to watch, with the riots and the fights and the violence, and it was really intense. And I thought it was really well put together, really well created. But yeah, I thought the whole like, in a way, it's not, obviously it's not an episode. It's a special presentation. But with that, it has that kind of like episodic feel to it. Like I definitely think that if they'd have released this as a Born Again episode, then it would have like been extremely like high performing. It was great, honestly. It was absolutely great. I really enjoyed the Punisher presentation, and I'm excited to see him back in Brand New Day as well. I was a bit surprised they didn't really give many connections to how he ends up in Brand New Day. I guess legally speaking they couldn't, because of the fact that Brand New Day is being co-produced by Sony, so they couldn't. I mean, there's been like one reference to Spider-Man in Daredevil Born Again, and there's never been one since. So, no, I'll be generous. There's been 2, because in the finale as well they have the Spider-Man theme playing. But yeah, obviously we don't really have much of a link to how Frank will return in Brand New Day from the presentation. We just know he will. But it's nice to also see that it has a new logo, and this one is a complete logo. Because if you notice, like, the Punisher's logo on his chest has always been like a half-finished skull. Whereas now, with it being a full one, it feels like that he's completely embracing the role of the Punisher. Which I think is really nice, because I will admit I was a little bit tired of seeing Frank constantly, be the Punisher, then retire from being the Punisher, then see him get drawn back in, just to retire again, just to come back in. Like, no, just accept who you are. He is the Punisher. He is the one who will cross the line that Daredevil and Spider-Man can't do. He's the one that will probably have to be brought down by Spider-Man at some point, and they'll have that big fight.
No more hunters?
But yeah, he'll probably be the one who tries to kill the Hulk as well. I wouldn't be surprised. But I am predicting in Brand New Day that we are going to see the Punisher try and kill the Hulk. Obviously, it's not going to end well because the Hulk is bulletproof, but I think it'd be really interesting to see. But yeah, I'm very excited to see where things go with the Punisher in Brand New Day. And hopefully, and I mean hopefully, Born Again Season 3. Because I want to see more scenes between Matt and Frank. I think when they are interacting, it is some of the best writing out I've ever seen. Charlie Cox and John Bernthal have such a nuance to their professional working relationships when working as Daredevil and the Punisher, and the interactions between them both are just breathtaking. Plus you add Karen Page into the mix, and there's already quite a nice little love triangle lying up there, and I think that's going to be very interesting to explore now that obviously Matt is in the doghouse from the end of Born Again Season 2. I just can't wait to see where things go with Matt and Frank, and I really hope we get to see more between them. I honestly think that this is sort of brought a new lease of life to John Bernthal's The Punisher, having been 10 years since he first took on the role in the original Season 2 of Daredevil. Season 2 of the original Daredevil show. Like, I just think that now is the time to see, the Punisher really start to take his take the lead on the TV side of things, especially with Matt being in prison. And I know the Defenders are coming back, but it would also be really nice to see the Punisher interact with the Defenders. I think it'd be really interesting to see him interact with Jessica Jones, with Luke Cage. Oh, he's gone through the roof, cool.
Nice to know even hunters have trouble with their tech.
I just think it'd be really, really cool. I want to see, you know, Luke and Iron Fist interact with Frank Castle. See how White Tiger fits into the equation as well now. Will Frank try and mentor White Tiger? Will we see Frank versus Cole Nut? Oh, probably not. Will we see Frank, you know, step up after his absence in season 2? Yeah, so much stuff I want to see from the Punisher going forward. And I kind of hope, I mean, I'm going to be honest here, and I mean this with all the love and respect in the world. I don't really need to see a new Punisher TV show. I really don't, because I think what works well for Punisher is when, you know, I wouldn't mind more presentations. I wouldn't mind more, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing the Punisher go after X, Y, Z. But I think Punisher works better when he is connected with other established characters. Because I noticed the Punisher didn't create a lot of original characters, and it was a little bit jarring at times. I can't lie. It's like almost watching a different show. But at the same time, it's also one of those where I just want to see the Punisher do what he does best. And I'm gonna say this much. Can we stop giving Punisher the adopted father trope, please? It's a bit weird now. It's getting more than a bit weird. It's a bit creepy and a bit obsessive. I understand a lot of it comes from PTSD, but now that we've like properly explored this, I really want to see them take a different route with him. But speaking of exploring stuff, I think it was absolutely brilliant how they handled in my opinion, the darkest point of the episode. Not the dog part, but the suicide attempt. And I'm going to get very real here. I'm going to get very real. So if you don't want real talk, please do click away. I won't be offended. I won't be upset. As someone who has been affected by that kind of thing, not in the way that people might think, not because I've lost someone. Well, I have lost people to it, or someone to it, but I've also been there, if that makes sense. I think the way that they handled that was very respectful and very powerful as well. I think there was a level of honesty and respect that really moved me, and it was beautiful to see. I felt very seen during that. Particularly when Frank was at the grave, you know. Frank Castle and Wolverine, and in some ways Daredevil and Spider-Man, but I'd say more so the Punisher and Wolverine. One of the reasons why both those characters really do speak with me is because of the fact they are two characters who are in constant emotional pain. In some cases, a lot of physical pain as well, but more so emotional pain. You know, they've both seen things, both experienced things that no one should have to go through. And I know you can say the same for literally every single Marvel or DC hero going, but there's something very visceral about the pain of Frank Castle and James Logan Howlett, and I think that's because of the fact that, you know, not their pain started long before they became, you know, heroes, in the sense that they were both soldiers, and they both went through some awful things. So in the Punisher presentation and Logan, when those references to suicide and those depictions of suicidal ideation are present, I understood, you know, and I felt like that was a sort of recognition of that kind of pain. and it was really powerful to watch.
Hunters getting resupplied.
John Bernthal performed that scene. I'm going to be honest, that was the best scene that Bernthal, I think, has performed since initially returning as the Punisher. And when I say returning as the Punisher, I mean like, you know, Born Again Season 1. I love the duologue. And I love, obviously, him calling out the fanboys and then beating up, you know, taking down the fanboys. But I think that one simple scene of Punisher at the of Frank at the graveyard, feeling that way and performing an honest and authentic portrayal of that kind of pain was really powerful, and I loved the way that was written. I loved the way it was performed, directed. I loved the way it was shot, all of it. You know, and I really hope that the Punisher. I really hope that the Punisher does get some sort of like, you know, what that? I got something over here. There you go. There you go.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
Yeah, I love that scene. I absolutely love that scene. But yeah, what else did I really like? The Punisher's new suit looks so good, by the way. I'm a little bit annoyed that he's already changing it up in Brand New Day. And also, I'm not sure how... I don't know if I prefer Frank with a beard or clean shaven. I think because of how many characters in the MCU do have beards, it's nice seeing someone clean shaven. But I also think John Bernthal suits it because he's got that really nice, like, pointy, almost like Keemstar looking beard. I hate Keemstar, I think he's annoying, but he does have a nice beard, admittedly. You know, I think Frank's new suit looks great. I loved his suit in Born Again Season 2, but it wasn't that different to Punisher in the Netflix series, and obviously Daredevil Season 2, like, it really wasn't that similar. If anything, the one thing I would add to that suit is probably the trench coat. And can we please start getting more trench coat Punisher shots? Because I absolutely loved the shot we got of Frank walking down past that bus stop and seeing himself in the Punisher suit with a trench coat, with a beard. Like, oh my god, that man looked amazing. He looked brilliant. So I really hope we can start seeing more Punisher trench coat suit like appearances. I just think it looks nicer, it looks cleaner, and he suits it really well. And I know we are getting a good few amount of characters wearing trench coats at the moment, you know, with you know, Spider-Man Noir and yada yada. But Punisher looks really good in the trench coat. And also, I wouldn't mind if they did the Marvel Now red emblem as well. I think that, because obviously in the Marvel Now, like, continuity, he was a member of the Thunderbolts, along with Red Hulk, Deadpool, and Elektra. Which already, I think that's really cool, because we've got two Defenders characters, or two, like, Defenders Saga characters, who were also Thunderbolts, and now it looks like Bullseye is going to be, present. And speaking of which, I need, and I'm going to scream this, I'm not going to scream because I don't want to, you know, upset my housemate, but I could scream from the rooftop. I need the meeting of Frank Castle and Ben Poindexter as Punisher and Bullseye, because they've both referenced each other, they both know of each other, and they both probably don't like each other. Bearing in mind, Frank has more than enough motive to want to take down Bullseye, given the fact he's tried to kill Karen several times. Oh, sorry, finishing my drink. I need to see that fight. And obviously Bullseye's trying to go down a different route with being more of an anti-hero. It would be so cool to see Frank and Punisher clash and then be forced to team up. like a proper team up, because we all thought he was going to team up with Daredevil. He didn't really. Obviously, he had a very interesting story arc, but I don't think he like properly needed to like team up with him. I think it'd be really cool to see Frank and Bullseye fight, because I think with Frank and Bullseye, it would very much be a fight to a stalemate, but Punisher would have to resort to getting up close. I think because obviously from range, Bullseye beats everyone. But yeah, and obviously I want to see a rematch as well between Punisher and Kingpin at some point. But of course, Kingpin is now, well, Punisher's out. Kingpin's out of action for a while.
All right, I'll take it from here.
Yeah, I want to see. I do strongly suspect that we could get the clash between Punisher and Tombstone in Brand New Day, which I think would be really cool. I'm very excited to see Tombstone in Spider-Man. I think that'd be really cool. Oh, shoot. I don't know what happened there. There you go. The clash between Punisher and Tombstone is something I'm very looking forward to seeing, inevitably. Because I don't think they'll have, you know, I don't think they'll have Punisher and Tombstone in the same film and have them not at least mention each other. Because honestly, even though Tombstone could likely survive, he would at least be wary of the fact that Punisher would be absolutely fine with finishing the job, unlike Spider-Man. He would have no problem putting down Tombstone, and Tombstone would likely be aware of that, because obviously everyone who knows the Punisher knows that he does not care about who he kills and who he spares. You know.
Don't worry.
I want to see that fight between Punisher and Tombstone, and also Spider-Man and Punisher, but we know that's coming. But yeah, I'm so like ready for more Punisher stuff. You know, him in Brand New Day. Hopefully, I really hope he comes back in Daredevil Season 3, Born Again Season 3. Either that, or give him some more like solo stuff, which is not a new TV show.
I hope the worst is over now.
You're a good man, Spider-Man. Thank you.
Yeah, it would be really cool as well to see Frank interact with Matt in prison, and then maybe like Matt makes Frank promise to take care of Karen in the city whilst he's inside. I think there's definitely more like scenes there needed between Matt Murdock and Frank Castle. Yeah, I really hope we get that. Yeah, I'm like so excited to see more of the Punisher and Daredevil. And I was kind of manifesting a prison fight, a one-take prison fight with Spider-Man and Daredevil versus the Hand. Because obviously we see Spider-Man fighting the Hand in a prison. And I'm wondering, like, if it's the same prison that Daredevil's currently in. I don't think it will be. I think Charlie Cox is absolutely adamant he's not in Brand New Day. And I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt for that. But I think it'd be so cool if we got, like, a Matt Murdock with, like, a red, like, scarf thing in his... Or, like, an orange scarf thing in his prison jumpsuit to create a Daredevil mask that he had in Season 1. And then, like, have him team up with Spider-Man to fight the Hand. Because I don't think you can have the Hand and not mention the Hand from the Netflix era. I really don't think you can have that, especially when you've got the Punisher in the film, and Spider-Man is fighting the Hand, or the remnants of the Hand, or, you know, the reforging of the Hand, whatever you want to call it. You know, we've seen the Hand, like, in full, but obviously from the end of Defenders it's like, oh, well, they've returned somehow.
That's enough fire for today.
So yeah, what was I gonna say? Let's see what Miles is doing at the moment.
That was close.
Yeah. Let's change suits. I know we're talking MCU Spider-Man right now, but let's change suits. Let's also pay Miles a visit as well, see how he's doing. But yeah, we got Miles. I'm also very excited for more news on Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, because obviously they leaked the trailer. They dropped the trailer at CinemaCon, and I'm very excited to see that like publicly. I just can't wait for Spider-Verse in general. That's going to be such a good like conclusion, because I love the Spider-Verse movies. So much so that I have the majority of the CMF figures. There's only a couple I don't have, and the only reason why I don't have them is just because I was trying to get the other ones. Oh, sugar. Oh, I'm getting absolutely blasted here, oh my god. My phone's on the battery, lovely.
Really need to just chill out.
Yeah, I do need to get, the last couple of Spider-Verse CMFs. I think it was... I'm trying to think who I have and haven't got. I have most of them. Sheriff Spider and Web Slinger, I think are the two I don't have. Web Slinger I wasn't too interested in. It wasn't until I heard like the actual context that made me find it quite cool. Web Slinger is the one I really want. Yeah, no, Sub Spider and Web Slinger, yeah. Web Slinger I want just because he reminds me of a bit of an Arthur Morgan. Plus the Spider-Man horse looks quite cool. I think I have the rest. I have, let me just chase this down and I'll count all the ones I've got. I'd also tell them what I'm doing with them. So what I'm doing with them, because it's not every day you get a really cool Spider-Man CMF. Bearing in mind it is the third Marvel series as well. Yeah, so,
Check your
oh,
mirrors
big
next
fun
time.
birthday, cool.
Spider-Men are closer than they appear.
So, I have, obviously, Miles, Gwen, Miguel, Peter B. Parker, Spider-Man India, Obi, 6 of them, all in the No Way Home diorama. Cyborg, Spider-Woman as well, with them, Spider-Bite as well, plus Prowler, so I've got all of them. Werewolf Spider-Man I have with my Sanctum, because I have like a Marvel monster thing going on up there. I have all my spooky Marvel characters. Where I would still like Ghost Rider and Blade as well if I had them. Which, speaking of which, I do need to actually buy both of those. Well, the Daily Bugle not so much. For now at least, that thing is expensive. But I would love to buy the like new. I might actually go buy it in a bit. I might actually, because I finished uni now, so I don't know what's stopping me. But yeah, I might actually go buy that new Ghost Rider. That new Ghost Rider like motorcycle. just because I think it's a really nice set. Oh god.
You won't live to see
I might have to cut this short because I'm feeling a little bit rough actually. I do apologise if I keep stopping. Yeah, I'm going to cut this short here. I might pop back on in a bit. I'm feeling a little bit sore. But yeah, possibly be back on in a bit. Maybe an hour or two. Who knows. Anyway, if I don't, I'll see you all soon.